Notice how in the Feature Manager design tree, I now have a new item that says Boss Extrude 1. If I click the down arrow here, I will see Sketch 1. Sketches are absorbed in features. The Boss Extrude is a feature, the Sketch 1 is the sketch. And remember, with most features, we cannot create a feature without a sketch. We cannot create a feature without a sketch. So whenever I create a sketch or a feature, it's going to appear in the Feature Manager design tree. Now let's add another feature, another rectangle on this face right here. To start sketching on this face, as opposed to one of our planes, click on the face and it becomes highlighted in blue. Right click, and then in the quick access toolbar, click on the sketch icon, which if you don't know what the sketch icon is, you can hover over every icon until you find just sketch. Notice that we could also edit the sketch of our previous feature or edit the feature of our previous feature. So I'm going to click sketch, and my screen automatically orients me to the sketch plane. Yours may not. Don't worry about that right now. It's not a big deal. If yours did not automatically orient, you can simply go to the view status bar, click on the top view to begin sketching on that view. So with our first rectangle, we did a more difficult way. We drew the rectangle corner to corner and then drew a diagonal construction line. Let's try a simpler way now. Go up to the Sketch tab of the Command Manager, click the down arrow, and instead of corner rectangle, click on center rectangle. And for your center point, select the origin. And now go out to the top or bottom edge, it doesn't matter, until the edge is highlighted in orange and you see a yellow coincident relation box right next to your cursor. This means that if I left click right now, I'm going to make a coincident relation between the top right corner of the rectangle and the top edge of my first feature. That is what I would like to do. To get out of the rectangle command, click the green check mark or press escape. And to unhighlight the rectangle, you can press escape. Notice that there is a black dot in the very center. That is a point. With sketch entities, we can not only have lines and arcs, but we can also have points. This point is fully defined because it is placed on the origin. And notice my top line and my bottom line are also fully defined. With the center rectangle feature, we automatically get these diagonal construction lines, which means that the center point of the rectangle to the top has to be equal to the center point of the rectangle to the bottom. So the top and bottom lines are fully defined because of this coincident relation right here. I cannot move the top and bottom line off of the edge of the part because this point is coincident with the top edge. Now to fully define the rest of it, all I need to do is place a dimension on the horizontal width to be 4 inches. And because this is a center rectangle and I have these two diagonal construction lines, by putting the 4 here, it automatically makes the distance on either side of the center point equal, which is much quicker than our first method. Now what we can do is we can extrude this. So I'm going to go to Features and click Extruded Boss Base because I did not click Extruded Boss Base at first. and 0.25 is selected by default because that's what I had before with my first feature, but this time I'm going to make it 3.5. So type in 3.5 into the depth box and click the green check mark. Notice that Boss Extrude 2 is now in the Feature Manager design tree. And SOLIDWORKS, if you don't give names to each of your features, it's going to automatically number them. It will do the same thing for the sketches. So here for my first sketch I have sketch 1. For my second sketch it should say sketch 2, but I was doing some other sketches for our relations tutorial video, so I probably had a couple more sketches. But yours should say sketch 2. And notice that this rectangle and this rectangle, they automatically merged together. That's because of a simple check mark that was checked when I originally did my second feature. It's this check mark right here. It says merge result. That is selected by default, but you don't have to have that selected. If you don't have that selected, it will make two separate bodies. But with it selected, it will merge the result of whatever it's touching at the end.